Hi, welcome back to the TackleShare channel. I'm Alicia, and it can be really intimidating walking into a store trying to purchase your very first ice fishing combo. So we decided to cut all of the complicated details out and give you two basic combos that we would suggest for new anglers who are just starting ice fishing. And those two combos are going to be paired with specific fish groups that you're targeting. So for example, if you're targeting small and medium-sized fish, we're going to suggest one combo versus maybe a little bit larger fish. So we're going to get right into that. Like any new angler going out, we really suggest starting with maybe smaller fish to get yourself comfortable with what you're doing. They're a little bit easier to locate, more plentiful, and not as shy on the bite. So for the first combo that I'm going to suggest for any fish that are, small to moderate sized fish. So let's say panfish like perch, crappie, as well as any of the sunfish, bluegill, pumpkin seed, and even some small walleye. This rod, we will suggest a 24 to about a 28 inch rod, light or medium light. And those details can be found right on the shaft, written right there. And you're going to pair that with a 1000 series spinning reel, and you could get away with using 2 to about an 8-pound monofilament line. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you don't mind spending a few extra dollars, I'd really suggest investing in some ice braid, as well as putting on about a 4-foot fluorocarbon leader. It's going to give you that advantage you need. Now that type of rod you can use for any micro baits like small tungsten jigs, pin heads, or even some small weighted lures for active jigging, but it's not going to be able to handle like really heavy lure presentations. So this type of rod has got enough backbone in it to hold a small weighted jig, but at the same time also has a nice bit of sensitivity that you can feel the bite with any micro baits. So that's a rod setup that I would really suggest for anybody just starting out fishing, targeting some smaller fish. Now let's say you don't want to be targeting panfish. You want to be going out and targeting a bit larger. So this is our suggestion for you. That would be maybe, let's say, some small lake trout or smaller northern pike, or even a moderate sized walleye. This rod is what we're going to suggest for that, moderate sized fish for beginner anglers. Again, a 24 to about a 28 inch rod. This time we'll suggest a medium heavy or even just medium rod. Has a little bit more backbone in it. It has a bit more bend in order to hold onto that fish and be able to absorb some of those head shakes so you don't lose your hook set. You're going to want to pair that with a 1000 or a 1500 series spinning reel. And this time I would highly suggest skipping the monofilament line and going straight to a 10 or 12 pound ice braid, again with a 4-foot fluorocarbon leader. That's just going to give you a lot more advantage for fishing with this type of setup. So those are very general, very basic concepts for two different ice fishing combos. In the video here, it's highly unlikely you're going to see much of a difference. I might do a close-up here too, but it's highly unlikely you're going to see a difference. It really gets down to when you pick up your rod and you have a look at it. If you're going to want a little bit more finesse fishing with a lighter rod that you're going to be targeting some smaller fish, I'm going to suggest that first combo. But if you're experienced enough, or you want to come out with a group of friends and they're going for larger fish, that would be the setup for you, would be the second one with the medium to medium heavy rod. Now both of those combos can be easily found for around $50 or $60. So you really don't have to break the bank and spend an exorbitant amount, because there is a lot of really expensive gear out there. But ice fishing is actually a pretty easy way to get an affordable combo that can really land you some really great fish. Now, having said that, those two combos I had are very general. Of course, as you expand in your fishing experiences, you can start targeting more specifically. So let's say you really enjoy fishing, you've had a great time with one of these two combos. By all means, feel free, you can go and specialize more. Let's say you really want to start hammering some panfish. So instead of having this medium light rod, you can get an ultralight rod. It's going to have a lot more sensitivity in it. You're going to feel a better bite with a smaller rod because you're targeting smaller fish. On the opposite spectrum of that scale, let's say after you've been, setting up with quite a few moderate sized fish and you want to start targeting larger lake trout, large walleye or pike, this rod setup's probably not going to be doing it for you. You can start getting it maybe, and actually a 30 or 40 inch heavy rod, pairing that with a 3000 series reel and obviously a much heavier Power Pro or ice braid that you're going to be putting onto it. So these two rods were just a very general basic suggestion for new anglers going out and looking at a store wanting to purchase their first combo. But by all means, as you further your fishing career, you're going to want to specialize and really hone what you're targeting for. Now, let's say you don't want to go buy your own rod, you want to make your own. No problem. We have a video I'm going to put in the description and a link right up here on the card here where you can see our video how to make your very own ice fishing rod with just a few basic items that you have at home. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and tap that notification bell so we can keep more fishing content coming your way.